Hello, this is the 54th issue of Catch of the Day, available on the Branch Talk YouTube channel. Today we're going to continue reading from Doug Mitchell's book, The 3 Decrees to Build the Second Antitypical Temple and Building the Tabernacle in the Wilderness. Starting on the middle of page 3, it says, further on, he describes that things that were a part of the true sanctuary worship were taken away and supplanted by false worship. But before he gets into those details, he explains how the fall of the papacy in 1798 paved the way for the restoration of the truth which was to come thereafter, and shows a declaration had to be made after 1798 concerning the fall of the antitypical Babylon. He shows that the declaration that Babylon was fallen was made in the second angel's message, and thus equates the first decree to build the second antitypical temple with the work that followed that announcement in the summer of 1844. See page 272. He follows that with the statement, with the proclamation of the fall of Babylon, it was announced that the so-called Christian festivals, such as Sunday keeping, Christmas, and Easter, also baptism by sprinkling, and other false doctrines were unbiblical and of pagan origin. But as ancient Babylon failed to renounce the pagan system of worship and adopt the worship of the only true God, just so present-day Christendom has refused to reform or turn from these practices. The true mediatorial work of the heavenly sanctuary, jointly with the Seventh-day Adventist Sabbath or the Seventh-day Sabbath, as it was then taught, is also unheeded. Ibid, page 273. This brings us to the object of this study, and to the question, what was to transpire under the first decree? In the type, after the fall of Babylon, Cyrus' first decree included a directive to return all of the vessels. Just so the antitypical, Cyrus, his first decree couldn't be made until the first announcement of the fall of Babylon was made in the summer of 1844, and became very present truth after October 2nd or October 22nd, 1888. Therefore, it was somewhat logical for Brother Hardiffe to conclude that the first decree would have commenced after the first announcement of the fall of Babylon, and the truths of the Sabbath and sanctuary were restored to the church. As we know, the second angel's message, Revelation 14, verse 8, that announced the fall of Babylon is to be repeated under the work of the angel of Revelation 18, 1-4. This scripture, Revelation 18, 1, 2, 4, points forward to a time when the announcement of the fall of Babylon, as made by the second angel of Revelation 14, is to be repeated, with the additional mention of the corruptions which have been entering the various organizations that constitute Babylon since the message was first given in the summer of 1844. The Great Controversy, page 603. Yet, taking into consideration that the second angel's message, which announced the fall of Babylon, in conjunction with the opening of the judgment of the dead in 1844, was to be repeated in the judgment of the living through the message of the angel of Revelation 18:1, under which all things that were lost are to be restored, then we should be able to see that the perfect fulfillment of the antitype of Cyrus' first decree wouldn't be made until the announcement of the fall of Babylon is made by the angel of Revelation 18. This brings us to the heart of our reevaluation of Brother Hotter's thinking, that the three decrees came in 1844, 1888, and 1930, all under the judgment of the dead, and before the announcement of the fall of Babylon of the second angel was repeated by the angel of Revelation 18. Though he made it clear that the message of Revelation 18, the final phase of the second angel's message, was a part of the 11th hour message, First Symbolic Code, page 610, and that some of the light of that angel was already shining through the rod message, he was not called to proclaim that his message was fulfilling that work. Take care.